Chicharito is going through it right now, okay? Now, I think, honestly, I think somebody might have broken his heart and or he's just finding it difficult to interact with women. I don't know how else to put it. I'm not joking. I don't know how else to put it. Maybe you tell me. Maybe I'm being an asshole. I don't know. I'm just saying that Chicharito right now clearly is going through it. We'll go through some of his videos here, and you let me know if I'm out of line here. But Chicharito, I think, listen, all power to him. I think he went through, a divorce. I think it was in 2022, something like that. And then, he was going through some mental health stuff in that year, maybe a year later, something like that. But when he was with Galaxy, he was going through it with the team, and he did some mental health stuff. All power to him. I think it was depression, if I'm not mistaken, that I saw in some of the sites and some of the articles that I read. But that being said, I think so. I'm not trying to shame him for that, But I can tell. I can almost sniff out, okay? Like a hound. I don't know. I can almost sniff out. Like when your boy gets rejected in front of all your friends, and you're like, oh man, y'all kind of have a laugh, She said no, you saw. It's like, oh buddy, she said no. He comes back, he's like, the fucking women don't fucking want anything anyway. Women don't even know what they want. They're stupid anyway. What the fuck, okay, buddy, you got rejected. Let's not go crazy here, all right? But I'm guessing some version of that happened. But let's watch, okay? Because I got 1, 2, 3 videos here, 4 videos of Chicharito that have just caused a stir. I think I could point out where it kind of went wrong. You let me know what you think. But here's the first one, all right? Here's the first. And maybe he has talked about it before. I don't know. But let's take a look.
Entonces, ¿quieres?
So I'll translate them for you, just in case. But he has a catchphrase. He says entonces in the beginning, which just means like but. But like that's always how he starts his videos. Like, well, I guess you could say, well, and then he always ends it with interesting, as if he just dropped a truth bomb on us. Okay, and he's like, interesting. Well, you say you like cake, and yet you're not eating that slice in front of you. Interesting. Like some shit like that, where it's like, yeah, you're not fucking cool, bro. You just look like a fucking weirdo. Anyway, here we go. So, but, now whatever the fuck you want to say.
Es una conexión profunda.
You want a deep connection.
Pero te da miedo mostrarte vulnerable.
But it's hard for you to be vulnerable.
Interesante.
Interesting. It's like a Reddit mod. I know. It's so weird. It's very weird. Okay? This is very weird. Right here, though, it's not, that's not wrong, okay? It's not wrong. We're not, he's doing well here. He's been to the therapist. He's dropping some he picked up a couple of nuggets and he's sprinkling them around. Nothing wrong here, okay? This is 7:12. Okay, so that's 7:12. We're doing good so far. I don't know. He talks about like his life right here or something. That's good for him. And then he's just waving. That's like the whole video. So here's another one. Here's another truth bomb for you, okay?
Entonces,
Well,
quieres que te hablen con la verdad,
you want us to speak with you with the truth,
pero solo con la verdad que te conviene.
but only the truth that's convenient for you.
Interesante.
Interesting.
Entonces,
I can't. I want to fucking vomit, bro. What? Okay, no. Stay focused. Again, right here, we're good. We're good. He's clearly filmed these videos like before, and he's just kind of sprinkling them around because he's wearing different clothes, right? And I guess he could have changed, but it's still 7/12. You know the date, July 12th. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. You want us to speak with you about the truth, but only the truth that's convenient for you. Kind of cringy, kind of not pick me, but kind of I don't know, like a dick move, like an asshole says that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just want to be accurate. Oh, words mean stuff, like those kind of people just playing the semantics games, but. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He played for Manchester United after all. So okay, then cringy, but that's fine. Here, let's see this one. Now this is 7/12. So this one was a week ago. I guess it doesn't say an exact date, but here we go.
Entonces,
So
quieres a una mujer que te respete y sea leal.
You want a woman that will respect you and will be loyal.
Pero mientes y tu vida la haces alrededor de tus padres y amistad.
You lie and you make your life around your parents and your friends.
Interesante.
Interesting. Oh my God. And the chip is just chef's kiss. The little chip at the end. Interesting. Oh God. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. It's not great, it's not, but okay, that's fine, I guess he's saying devote yourself to your woman. I don't like caring about your friends and your parents. That's not completely out of pocket, Chichi. All right, we're on a first name basis here. I'm gonna call you Chichi. So, Chicha. My apologies, Chicha. I don't. Why would you not care about your parents and your friends? I feel like that means that he gets a girl, and you don't see that buddy until he's out of that relationship. Like, what the fuck is going on? But again, it's not great advice, but it's not the worst. All right, it's not the worst. Here's where it starts getting a little spicier. All right. It's going to start getting a little spicier right here.
Entonces,
so,
quieres a un hombre proveedor.
You want a provider. Oh. That's not a good start. That's never going to be a good start. Okay. Okay, I'm going to brace myself here. You want a provider, man. You want a man that will provide for you.
Pero para ti limpiar es opresión patriarcal.
But cleaning for you is patriarchal, I don't know, domination, whatever you want to say, like patriarchal. They don't want to clean. Bitches don't want to be cleaning. I don't, that's what he's saying.
Interesante.
Interesting.
Entonces.
Again, as if he dropped some sort of like just truth bomb. Oh God, wisdom. Words of wisdom with Chicha 14 right here. Again, and they were posted the same day. I think it's the same fit. Let me just see real quick. Yes, the same fit. So he said, let's get in the car for this one. I'm about to drop some fucking heat. I'm about to drop some fucking heat on these folks right now. God. Okay. Listen. If he would have said, and I stand by this, if he would have said, you want a man to provide for you, but you don't want to uplift and support him, interesting. You know, this kind of cringy, but okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? He did one for the men. He did one for the ladies. His men one was already kind of psychotic. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a $1.50. Like, that's what fucking cults do, is cut you off from friends and family. But okay, not the best, but not the worst. Not the worst. Not the worst. This is not good. Oh, you want me to provide for you, but you don't want to clean. Well, get a fucking vacuum for that. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not their sole purpose, right? For cleaning. Again, if you go into a relationship with that in mind, you know, there's relationships that are like that. My parents had a relationship that was like that. That's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. That's not necessarily for everybody, okay? And, you know, one size fits all never quite fits, okay? That's all I'm saying. Honest, that's all I'm saying. There's no need to get upset here. If you want a man to provide for you and you want to be the housewife, cook, clean, whatever, and that's what you want to do, like the traditional homemaker, go for it. If you want somebody to be your partner or 50-50, go for it. If you want, you know, both of you to do both, go for it. I don't give a fuck. But again, I think especially the ladies take issue with that. That's not all I do, okay? And I think that's fair there, right? Like, that's not all. You know, you don't put men in a box, you don't put women in a box. I think that's fair, right? So I think, you know, especially you could tell here in the comments, they got his ass. Oh my gosh. She said, okay, man, not because you have a mouth do you have to fucking talk. So, and Don says, you want to make goals, but you don't play. Interesting. And she said right here, Fernanda, shout out Fernanda right here. This is a good one. She said, so, did all this occur to you while you were sitting on the bench? That's a good burn. There's no 2-3 ways about it. That's a great burn. I think this one's, listen, that's top comment for a reason. That's hilarious. Using his little structure there. But, you know, okay, if that's the only thing he put out, I think we could have been like, not great, but okay, like he's dropping little truth bombs, chicha, you know, he's dropping little truth bombs.
Mujeres.
By the way, for my money, the day before he filmed that video, I think some lady was like, "No, I'm not your bitch. I'm not your cha-cha. I'm not your, no soy tu pinche mamá. I'm not your mom. You go fucking do that yourself." And he didn't care for that, right? And he was like, just watch, bitch. Just watch. I'm about to drop some heat. Some mobile fucking heat. That's how hot it is. I gotta be in the car moving. All right? Okay. Let's see this video.
Están fracasando.
Y'all are failing. I think he said women at first. Let me go back real quick.
Mujeres están fracasando.
Yup. It's already gonna go bad because there's no need for one person to address half of the world. He walked up to the mic and, you know, bitches be shopping. Like, I don't. Okay, let's hear them out. Women are failing, by the way, is the first second of this fucking video, okay? Women are failing. All right.
Fracasando. Están erradicando la masculinidad, haciendo
Y'all are destroying masculinity,
a la sociedad hipersensible.
and you're making society hypersensitive.
Encarne su energía femenina.
Nurture your feminine energy. It's already fucking unhinged. Here we go.
Cuidando, nutriendo,
Caring, nurturing, receiving,
recibiendo, multiplicando.
multiplying. Okay, so it's going off the rails here a hair. God damn. Just spread your legs and have ladies, if I may. Get back in the fucking kitchen. No, like, Chicharito, what are you doing, dog? What are you? Honestly, I don't even have to watch the rest of that video, because that is fucking insane, dog. So, again, I think clearly Chicharito's going through it. There's been multiple outlets, multiple, articles about Chicharito just going through it. I think, they're covering it. I think the Mexican FA, so this is where I'm tying it to sport. I think the Mexican equivalent of Mexico's FA, Liga MX FA, is taking a look at it to see if there's going to be any sort of like sanction or anything like that. And again, it makes it awkward because they also asked some of the Chivas femenil players, so the women's team, about it. And it just puts them in a tough spot as well, because it's like somebody that is within their organization but is basically like, just like, why don't you shut the fuck up and get back in the kitchen and go take care of the house and clean and cook and make a good home for me, the man, the provider, the man provider. So again, it's gotten bizarre, and I wish the best for Chicharito. Honestly, I do. And again, I just wanted to throw this here at the end. It's not necessarily that Chicharito is wrong because maybe of his preference that he wants a homemaker or somebody like that. It's that he seems very angry that women aren't homemakers anymore. He said that they're ruining society with hypersensitivity. So when you do that, you're really projecting, instead of looking inwards as to what you might be doing. And so I always just try to want to put it out there that that's really like the red flag, if you will, of what should be like, maybe either I'm not communicating right or I'm being hateful. Because again, if Chicharito said, I like for my woman, for my wife, for my whatever, to be a homemaker, I want her to be in a more traditional role. Nothing wrong with that. He's allowed to choose his partner if he wants his partner, if he has a certain partner preference, or worldview, that's totally his choice. But he's saying women don't fucking cook or clean no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when you make generalities like that, that's where it gets always dangerous. And so that's all I'm saying, is that, you can have that preference, You can have a preference of anything. But once you start saying, that everybody should be like that, or, everybody should be a certain way or should follow a certain structure, I think as long as everybody's safe, everybody's happy, nobody's in danger, like I don't, people can live however they want to live, right? If you prefer a partner to be very career driven, or you want your partner to be 50-50, as long as you communicate that, that's totally cool. And women will, like, there's women for everybody, okay? But again, if you start like, hey, bitches don't know how to cook no more. There's a lot of women that know how to cook. There's a lot of men that know how to cook. You can look for your partner. But where it starts getting hateful is when you start making generalities about sexes. So I just wanted to clear that up and just make sure that message was clear. And hopefully, because it always happens that way, you turn to this projection when you get hurt, or you feel slighted, sorry, or any number of reasons, but like that somebody did something to you. And so that's what I'm saying. I hope that Chicharito finds peace, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs. Again, not saying that that there's something wrong with them. I'm just saying I hope that he's in a good place. Okay, that is all. But yeah, I mean, let me know if you can, if you think that he's kind of out of pocket, if you agree, if you disagree, whatever the case might be. But like I said, I always try to be as positive as I can. And you see a lot of, it's very cool. It's very in vogue to see, just a lot of bad things now on the internet. And I just want to make sure that, you don't get this perception that everyone is like that and that you should be acting like that. Because a lot of people in the real world, they don't really care about that stuff. When you meet with somebody, when you talk with different people of different backgrounds, we're not just people, man. So I just want to keep it positive, and I just wanted to make that clear. So, but yeah, let me know what you think. And if Chicharito, again, I think it's just crazy, but that he would start saying that stuff. But hey, that's just me.